Hi guys, I'm just making a little video because I've just been in a bit of a debate on Facebook. I've been in a few recently, and this guy's reckoning that two people don't deserve to have a child if none of them have got a job and they're both on benefits, and people are calling them tramps and all sorts of different little things. But personally, I don't think anyone's got a right to say those sort of things because there's many of us who have been brought up with parents who didn't have a job, and the dad didn't have a job at the time, but people have gone out and they've made themselves better people for the children. Also, the situation is there's many people out there who have got high class jobs and don't see their kids. There's many people out there who think that they're the big knees in this world because they've got loads and loads of money, but they don't even, not even look after the kids. They're not even interested that they've got kids. Then there's also guys who talk about responsibility. Women too talk about responsibility in all sorts of different ways in life, but then they go and have unprotected sex, which is what makes babies. Those sort of comments. And I just end up in this discussion where people was joking about me and saying, oh yeah, I'm this little Miss Nice girl, I've been through this rough path, I look after my kids, blah, 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 blah. The thing is, I don't care who rips the mess out of me for what I say. It's one of them things where the only way to make things right in this world is to stop letting people talk about things and talk so nasty about other people and stand up and say something. And people can say what they want about me, people can say nasty words to me all they want. I've been through that phase where it used to bother me, and I don't care anymore. If I see something what's wrong, I'm going to make a comment on it. Same as there was another conversation where I had a talk with somebody who put something on their status about people shouldn't dress up if they're not going to be something scary for Halloween. Halloween's actually about celebrating the dead, which is souls, not people dressed as demons and blood and cuts all over themselves. If people want to celebrate the whole, like, let me just, holiday side of things and dress up for the money-making holiday side of things for Halloween, that's up to them. But if there's other people who don't want to dress up as those big scary things, that's up to them too. When you take it upon yourself to feel the need to go and judge somebody else that much, to write a nasty bit of status about it, that's you who has the problem inside yourself, not the other person. If you keep having a problem with what other people are writing or doing, but they're happy, it's you that needs to look inside you and get help on that. I've just watched a video about a guy talking about people being influencers on social media, about all these people call themselves influencers. They talk about these posh cars, they talk about what they're achieving in life. But where's the influencers who talk about people becoming better people? Where's the influencers who talk about people standing up against crime and what's wrong? People are all about saying, oh, people need to make money and support themselves. But what about the people who are making money and supporting people through actually taking from other people? What about people who are thieving, who are selling drugs and all those sorts of things? Don't get me wrong, I know people in all walks of life, but that is their choice, what they do. And I'm not someone to judge someone, but if I see something wrong, I'm going to say something about it. If I see someone bullying on social media, I'm going to say something about it. I don't get involved with how people make their money, that's their money. Do you know what I mean? But like, when it becomes a big debate and ripping people to shreds all the time, nastiness and bitterness are becoming so big on social media, it makes you think, do people ever stop to look at themselves and think, actually, I'm a bit of an arsehole, you know? I really need to stop being so nasty towards other people. And then there's that other saying as well, what comes out as, you never make yourself look good by making others look bad. And you know myself, I'm not perfect. And you know, when I do something and then after I think about it and think, actually, you've just been a bit of a hypocrite there, Aisha. You've gone and done the same thing yourself. I sit and I think, actually, you need to work on yourself in that area as well. How are we supposed to become better people if we can't even realise our own mistakes? Like, look at me a year ago now. I was a completely different person. I was an absolute knobhead in the past, to be fair. And yeah, I'm name calling myself there, but that's one of those things where that's who I was. That's not who I am now. I spoke to an EIT worker yesterday, which is early interventions team, who work with people with psychosis and stuff like that. Like, obviously, I've been through a trauma-induced breakdown in the past, and some people say, oh, she's a psycho, she's this, she's that. These people can call me whatever they want. As long as I'm happy and my kids are happy and I'm helping other people, that's all that matters. But in this sort of thing, she said to me, this other lady's going to come out and visit you, Aisha. She says, I'm going to tell you now, she's going to be very shocked at the person you are today compared to the person when she met you. Do you know what I was like when this person first met me? I'd just come out of hospital. I'd had my home arson attacked. I'd been separated from my children. Found out my mum's partner was a paedophile, which was really, really bad. I had so much stuff happen to me. I'd been in a car accident. I had a lot of stuff happen to me. My head was messed. I used to binge drink in past. And she come out to meet me, this lady, and the doctors was trying to force me to take loads of medication. I couldn't get off the sofa. I didn't know who I was. And all those horrible circles of stuff what was going on in the world, I thought, wow. But no matter how much bad stuff has happened to me, I will never ever allow myself to get bitter. Because you know, by holding on to bad stuff, you poison your own life. You know, by keeping thinking that everyone's against you in the world, you miss out on opportunities. You miss out on friendships. You push people away. End of the day, we are the people of this community. If we support each other, things will get better for all of us. Stop being violent towards each other. Stop name calling each other. Stop shaming and all being like, some of the stuff on there, I've even had to delete things before. I've been like, actually, you were out of order for that. You shouldn't have done it. All the things such as calling people's hoes and slags and guys who are like, this girl's this girl's that. You wasn't saying that when you first got her. What about people who go around and say, oh, my ex is crazy? They wasn't crazy when you first met them. Did you turn them that way? Because if so, you need to work on yourself too. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I've been looking at all sorts of different things, what's going on in the world today. And what I personally think is, unless we stop all these vicious actions what are going on social media, then we've only got ourselves to blame for what happens to the next generation. Because if we keep teaching them all this fucked up shit what's going on in the world, how do we expect them to grow up as good people? And if we don't realise our own faults and we keep going around making jokes of people and being nasty about people, do we expect our children to grow up being loving, nice people? But then there's this other area where these people are saying that single mums don't deserve to have kids if they've got a dad who doesn't work. Really? Because I'm like, it's down to one of them things where I was a single mum. I didn't have the choice to have, if I wanted to have a dad who had a job or not, because my baby's dad was a cheat, so I left him. So why would I want to stay with someone just so he's stable? And then why do these people who get support of benefits need to feel like they're tramps when they're not? Do you know what I mean? This country, there's all them other peoples. How do you know there's people out there who've worked all their lives and gone through something bad and went on to benefits? They've paid their taxes through up till, but then there's other people who go around and make the money behind the scenes or whatever, but then calling other people tramps as well. So nobody's a tramp. Nobody needs to be nasty about each other. People just need to get on with their own business, and unless you're going to help a situation, why continuously bring each other down? There's no need for it whatsoever. It's one of those things, it's always been said as, unless you've got something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But it's one of those things now where it's, if you see something bad going on in the world and you don't comment on it, you allow an evil to happen. That's how it's going to spread. If you stand up for someone, so what if a few people start hating on you for a little while? They don't even know you properly. I'm not bothered if someone wants to start hating on me and little Miss Goody Two Shoes, so and so and so and so. At least I dare stand up for people while there's a crowd of people bullying each other and slagging people off. Because even though a status isn't aimed at loads or one particular person, that status can potentially hurt a lot of people who've brought up their kids as a single parent without the dad. Or what about if that dad, he was relying on benefits for some time because his head was messed. But what about if he turned into a person who, like, wanted to go out and got a good job, but then wanted to help other people? Stop completely judging each other all the time. And if you're not going to add something good to the world, why don't you just be quiet and focus on yourself? Much love.